Hey guys, thanks for joining me on my first ever how to build. Today we'll be building corn. I've gone ahead and laid out all the pieces that you're going to need for this how to build, as you can see here. I do have some optional pieces. We got this colander back here, that's totally optional, and some seasonings. You don't need this for the build, but it definitely increases the, I guess, potential of where you can go. There's definitely a lot more that you can add besides these. I've just added some of my favorite seasonings, but you can really go wild with what you want. So let me get you on the tripod here, and we'll start with the actual how to build process of this corn. Okay, so here we are on our stovetop. We're going to take some of our items, such as our bowl. I just got this bowl. You could probably find one of these at Walmart or any major retailer that sells bowls. I would call around and make sure that they have bowls before you show up. And we got spoons too. It's going to be the same kind of deal with the spoon. You should call ahead, make sure your retailer has spoons. Luckily, my Walmart has spoons and bowls, so I was able to get both at once. But you might want to call ahead just to make sure. Now, we got some corn here, canned corn. I picked mine up from my local Aldi. I should be able to find, I'll link in the description where you can get some corn similar to this. There's different brands of corn, but as long as it's sweet corn, you're going to get pretty much the same experience that I've got here. And then I've got my can opener. Alright, you can pick these up at most Walmarts. My brother found one at Home Depot. The link in the description for Amazon where you can buy one of these below. What you're going to want to do is you clamp this onto the edge here. You just squeeze it down until it pops like that. You're going to set it down on a flat surface. Not exactly flat. And it's got this little twisty handle. You're just going to twist it. And we're going to open up that can. Just like this. It's really this easy. Take the top off. Be careful. There's might be little metal sharp pieces that are left behind. We're just going to dispose of that. We actually don't need that piece. And it's actually kind of just like an extra piece. That doesn't happen often with these sets. Now we're going to get our pot. You can get a pot at your grandma's house, your mom's house probably, or you can come over and get one from my house. Either way is fine. Now, we want to set one of these four to a certain heating temperature. I've already got my back right one set. We want to set it to like a medium-high setting. So we're going to use our back right, just like that. You just set it on top. There's nothing else you do. You just set it on top and it starts working. It's really that good. And then you take your corn with the liquid inside, and you pour it in till all the corn is in. And you get some on the stove, that's optional. Yeah. Now this is the part, you want to wait about 5 minutes, maybe even take your spoon from earlier and kind of stir it around every now and then. Just to make sure that certain pieces of the corn aren't getting too hot and certain pieces aren't getting too cold. You just want to kind of stir it around just to evenly distribute all of the heat. Okay guys, so we got some bubbly frothiness here. It's been about 5 minutes and I think we're definitely good. We're going to go ahead and remember to turn this off so that we don't burn down the house. And we're going to remove it. Now this piece right here, the strainer, I said was optional. This is going to greatly help your build and increase the efficiency of it, but it is not required. It's more of like a suggestion. I'm going to show you how to use a strainer right quick here. Okay, so here's our strainer. We've put it into the sink, and what this does is, rather than covering the end of this with like a plate or something, we can pour that. You see how the water gets through those tiny little holes? I think those are 1x1 peg holes, but the corn does not, because the corn is a 2x2 piece. This allows us to strain out all of the water and keep the corn in that strainer. Isn't that great? Okay, the final step after we've strained our corn, we've got just the corn pieces without the water in it. So we're going to move that over to there, into our bowl. You'll want to scoop out the rest of those corn pieces manually with like a spoon or something. And that's the final piece for the base build, and we'll get into customization here in just a second. Okay, so we've got our corn poured out there, and there's our additional pieces here. I've got 4 additional pieces that I'm going to be adding to this build. You can do more or less, and you can even do different pieces. This is mostly, it's almost like creating your own mock of corn. So you just add whatever seasonings that you want, sometimes a little bit more than you actually accidentally intended to. Some of this in there. Some of this. You can see the corn mock's really starting to come along here. Some pepper, get one snip. Now, last but not least, what you're going to want to do is mix this up. If you'll notice, it's mostly up at the top. If you gently spoon around, you're going to be displaying, or rather displacing this corn more evenly across the sauce. Just like that. So we're getting that sauce, that sauce all over the corn, every different piece of corn. And then you're finished. Here's my finished product. As you can see, the corn is well seasoned, and all the different pieces of corn. See how we got that nicely and neatly covered? So the next step is to enjoy. Really, that's it. You just take a piece and you just eat it.